Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a scene for the Kingdom of the Southern Gate set in Miami, Florida. It's a Changeling the Lost venue. Um, so the day has come. Fiona gets to go and speak to the king himself of the Summer Court, where she has been very hopefully trying to join. And Lord Devon Llewellyn, her contact in the court thus so far, the Constable of Calfaction, or Constipation, according to Toshi, apparently, um, has told her to meet him downstairs in the lobby, and he'll take her to meet him. So I think Fiona decided to bring Rose along with her. Um, so, what does Fiona do?
Rose's phone goes off.
She looks at it.
It's Fiona.
Is she calling or texting?
Calling.
Okay, she answers it.
Hey, look, we're about
Fiona!
to do the thing with the king, and you should probably come because it's going to be political stuff. No, you like political stuff. Bye. I'll also remain over at the Freedom Tower. Bye.
Okay. She kind of stares at her phone for a second. She's used to these phone calls, but they still just baffle the fuck out of her. And then she's like, okay. Freedom Tower, Summer Court. Well, I do need. Yeah, okay. Alright. She gets dressed, puts on something more presentable than her casual clothes, which even her casual clothes she probably could go to court in, but, she has to be a little more extravagant than that. Um, anyway, so she gets all not formal fancy, but probably still going to be overdressed, and heads to the Freedom Tower.
The Freedom Tower is a very old building. You're using Dice Roller too, by the way. It's a very old building in Miami, and it's near the Miami Arena and things like that. And it's one of those buildings that looks a little bit like old and almost out of place, especially since it's a very large clock tower, essentially at one part. Um, Back in the day, it used to hold. It's been several things over the years. Back in the day, it used to be when the immigrants were coming in from Cuba. Uh, the Freedom Tower held all of the medical records and was a medical building. Uh, and it's been offices, it's been stuff like that. Now I can't remember what it is right now, but it is also the summer court. So Devin will meet you in the very outdated lobby. It's literally like you done step back in the 60s. Yes, the 60s. Skip the 70s.
Fiona doesn't know what any of
And he'll
that means,
smile.
so
So he'll smile at the both of them. He'll give Rose a polite grin. Rose would notice one thing about him. He definitely takes in her beauty and appreciates her as a work of art. Um, but she sees it kind of stops there, if you follow me.
Totally.
Although there are some people who are like, neck snap, run into the wall, oh my god, and the women too, and maybe the babies. But
Yeah, because she does have striking looks for now, so.
yes. So a lot of people just, oh my lord. But Devin definitely appreciates her beauty and acknowledges it, but that it seems to stop right there. Um, and he'll smile at them, and he'll specifically, especially smile at Fiona, and he'll say, "Are you ready?"
yes, I'm ready. She's like hopping on her.
Little quick breath.
Rose just kind of looks at Fiona like, how much coffee have you had?
I haven't hated coffee. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then, yeah, she realizes that that's just Fiona.
He'll take them to a set of wooden doors. He'll take them to the set on the left, and when he goes inside, you're very well aware of the fact that this is a doorway that they just went through. But when he closes it, they're in an elevator. And he'll turn and press. Basically, there's a couple of different things, and there's like a place where like one is scratched out and kind of written over, and like one has had like the button ripped off and jammed in another place. But he'll press one of the higher buttons, and he'll say, "Neither of you are claustrophobic, are you?"
No, not at all. There's really not anything I'm afraid of.
He'll smile. And he'll take you down. Feel the elevator go down, and when it dings, you smell when the door opens. It's a very inviting smell, but it's also strong, of ale and wood smoke. And everything is lit by firelight, and he'll walk with you down a hall. So, I take it your characters follow.
Yeah. Fiona looks like she's measuring something on Rose's person, specifically on the front of her pants. This has been going on since she said she wasn't afraid of anything.
Oh my.
Rose is kind of wondering. She's curious about what Fiona is doing.
Then we'll look at her.
She doesn't really say anything about it, though. She just keeps following with this very curious look on her face.
They will come out into a very large lodge. Now it looks as though the lodge is... First off, one thing you realize is you're actually in the hedge now. In going down, you went into the hedge. Very much kind of a Men in Black style thing. Lodge is very large. There's long tables. It's a very kind of a Norse setting feeling thing. There's a large fire in the middle. There's kind of running out from the center, like in like two parallel lines, if you follow me. About or milling about or talking. There's a couple of people arm wrestling. You see 3 cops kind of sitting together in uniform, but there are also and you notice that there's a large throne at the head of the and Devin will take you there, where the king is sitting upon the throne. And he is not large. He's not a very large man, but he takes up a lot of his space. Like, he owns his space. He only appears to be about 6'1" or so. Mortally, he is, you're fine, an African-American young man. He has very long, beautiful, thick black curls, just flowing around his shoulders like a lion. And he has the kind of eyes that just glow with an inner fire. He has the crown of summer on his brow, but it's not something that's material. It's something that is very ephemeral. And it looks basically just like bursts of sunlight coming from his brow, with bits of almost like a glass-like thorn kind of woven. And they notice that he's an ogre, with drips of water basically kind of dropping from him, long elven-like ears, long black talons, very handsome for an ogre. And he basically just has his fingers kind of politely laced over his lap, kind of looking out at the members of his court as they do. And as Devin walks up, he'll look up and look over at them.
over at Fiona and Rose. Fiona, who's kind of stopped measuring whatever she was measuring on Rose, started to mess with her thumbs. She's gonna look at Devin. She'll ask, "Should I go serious now?"
Yes. So, like, just kind of not.
Hey, and then she does it. Doesn't even miss a beat. She just, yeah, stops fidgeting, stands up a bit straighter, and just kind of looks up at the king.
He'll look at her. He'll look over at Rose. His brow will go up and he looks at Rose.
What was the question? Out of character.
No, I'm saying that again. His brow, when the king looks at Rose with all of her fucking, oh my god, his brow went up.
Oh, okay. She just gives a little. She gives.
I'm gonna
a
give you
little,
what to do.
she notices that. She gives a little bit of a smile, like she does, you know.
And he'll look back at Fiona. And Devin will leave. And he'll say, "It's come to my attention. You want to join my court?"
Yes.
He'll purse his lips a little bit, like he's thinking. And why do you think you have what it takes to be a part of us? A part of Summer, to represent us, to fight beside us, to protect this city.
Because, Her Majesty, I've been doing my part to assist in that already. And I'd like to do more.
He looks her over. What would you do if one of the banished surrendered himself to Summer and asked for asylum in exchange for information on the plot of another true Fae to subvert the courts?
Firstly, I would make sure that that banished was an actual banished and not some Trojan horse. Then, once that's confirmed, would at least listen to what the banished has to say. This doesn't mean it's not going in the ground, but if there's a threat to the lost, it's our job to come at it from every angle, not just hit it.
I'm sure you've been told by Devon that I do not allow people into this court without a trial.
Yes, Your Majesty, I've been told as much.
He will get up from the throne and he'll go over. And he picks up a 2x4 that is about a foot long. And he'll go and he'll put it in front of Fiona. On the ground. Right in front of her. And he'll motion for her to stand on it.
Okay. Which she's gonna go ahead and do it.
your arms to your side. Relax.
She's gonna go ahead and do that. She's gonna take a bit of a deep breath to allow herself to calm down a bit. Since Fiona's still Fiona, she's still hyperactive. She's just hyper focused right now.
He'll take out a stopwatch and set it.
Okay.
Another member of the court comes over, by the way, and stands next to her, like prepared to do something.
Okay.
He'll hold up the stopwatch showing her 5 hours. You have to stand perfectly still. You can't move. You can't twitch or fidget. You can't use the restroom. You can't open your eyes. You can breathe. That's it. He'll go to the throne and he'll sit down. Beginning now. And he'll press the button. And wait.
All right.
I think we get some composure rolls now.
Yep. So it's composure and what?
I reasoned that it would be I reasoned that it would probably be your composure resolve.
Okay. That is fair. I'm gonna pull that up.
It just needs to not fail. And each roll is an hour.
Okay.
She can't
You know what?
by the way.
She can't?
She can, of course.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
this
oh,
is
shit.
something where you can. No.
I was going to be like, holy damn.
For Rose, by the way, she notices that every hour someone changes because the person who's watching her is literally watching for any sign of movement.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm going to...
Like, their eyes are not leaving her.
Yeah, I am going to... Wouldn't you know it? I have exactly 5 willpower points.
While this trial is going on, Rose is being afforded basically every polite gesture of the court. If she wants food, they'll bring her food. If she wants water, they understand that they have taken up her friend's time.
All right, that is 4 successes for the first hour.
He impressed.
Okay. Gonna do another willpower. Fiona's gonna need to sleep and just do a lot of hopeful things, guys. All right, so 1, 2. This is the second hour. That is 2 successes for the second hour. When we get to the third hour, going down to the wire. Just barely, she got 1.
Oh, now people are starting to watch.
Yep, she got 1. So now we're at the 4th hour. We are at that 4th hour. Another willpower. That is 1, 2, 3 on the 4th hour. Now we are at the 5th hour. Moment of truth here.
Rose would notice that on the 5th hour, the king has his thumb on his lip and is watching her very closely himself now.
And there goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna roll 2 more dice. That is 5 successes on the last hour.
As she is almost in a trance-like state from her focus, she feels something dropped around her neck.
Okay, she's not gonna look down or anything. She can't. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I was just gonna say she's not gonna look down because she doesn't want to break the challenge.
You hear the king very softly say from right in front of her, "Welcome to the summer court, sister." And the crowd erupts in cheers.
Rose,
And like banging on the tables, yelling.
Rose claps and cheers for Fiona as well. She's very happy to see that she passed.
Yeah. As this happens, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and narrate how, if you don't mind.
Take them reins and run.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring up Fiona's summer mantle. Basically, right now, all that is, it is the very faint smell of ozone.
Very nice.
That is all it is for right now.
King will smile at her gently.
She smiles back. She has a big, stupid grin on her face. She's very happy about this.
He notices that the thing that he put around her neck was a pair of dog tags. One of them has her name and the other one doesn't.
Okay. All right. I'm guessing that's in case Fiona dies, they can be like, this is when she died.
The other one has somebody else's name on it.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that's, so you know how dog tags have like the tag on the chain itself, and then there's this chain on the dog tag on the smaller chain. It's the one that's on the smaller chain that is somebody else's name.
Well, okay. What's the other name?
It's this one has Sophia Jameson.
Sophia Jameson?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a name that Fiona recognizes?
Nope.
Okay.
Obviously, she can't ask what it means to someone when she wants, but
yeah, she's probably gonna ask it once she's dismissed by the king proper.
Yeah, he will after kind of announcing her place in the court and obviously taking her oath of fealty, her pledge, which I don't have in front of me. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
He'll dismiss her and tell her to please join the revelry of her court, with obviously Miss Rose being a very honored guest. And he'll go to some of the other members of the court who he appears to be friends with and kind of sit down and start talking to them, and they start like kind of passing out cards.
Awesome. So let's see who is about. Firstly, she'll probably go and she's definitely going to go and hit up
Devin?
Yes.
Let me those overlay up for you. I have other members of the court's overlays like available, so if you want to ask somebody that's not Devin, I can also throw them one up.
It stands to mention, though, the second that she is dismissed, the first thing that everyone is going to see is almost a lightning bolt run into the fucking bathroom.
Very nice. I'm going to throw up an overlay, by the way, of somebody who is with Devin very quickly so you see it. Okay?
Okay.
Because this person is with Devin. They're like standing next to him. It's this character. So you see it. He is with Devin, but I will throw up Devin's overlay. Or do you want me to keep his up and just, since we've seen Devin's already this turn, you can see it. Like, say he's there.
We've seen Devin. I don't think that's Huh?
That character is with Devin.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we've seen Devin, so we know what Devin looks like and all that. Yes. We just don't know this dude, so we can keep him up.
He's sitting and talking to Devin, but they don't seem to be like in deep conversation.
Okay.
I realized he was another summer courtier, and I mentioned him earlier, so I might as well just throw him out.
Yeah, Fiona, who she's normally pretty hyper. She's not as hyper right now. She's pretty tired, and she can come with Devin, put both her hands up. Yay!
In a very rare show from Devin, he'll actually give her a hug.
Yay!
You did it.
So happy.
Too bad we don't have any spring courtiers around that could refresh you.
It's fine.
This is Alexei Petrova. He's a good guy. He doesn't like to say he is, but Alexei just kind of smiles at him like a small smirk smile. And he'll reach his hand out to shake Fiona's.
Yep. Fiona will take Alexei's hand. Just say, "It's nice to meet you, Mr. Alexei."
No need to call me Mister. It's nice to meet you too.
Okay.
And she does notice, by the way, he has a Russian accent. He'll hold his hand out to Fiona. Or sorry, Rose.
Oh, okay. All right.
She will take it.
He'll kiss the back of her hand and say something in Russian to her. And smile. And let go of it.
She doesn't speak Russian, so
I'll give it to
like,
you.
she's thinking, she just smiles and looks slightly confused, but just,
you can
whatever.
give him a perception empathy roll if you want.
All right. What is the roll for perception? What do we use for perception?
Oh, sorry. Well, that would be what is it? It's wits, right?
Yeah, generally.
I'm sorry, I've been playing.
That's not
playing
right.
Old World.
Okay.
Yes.
Wits, empathy. Okay.
Yes, please.
Which dice roller are we in?
I think I used one.
Yeah, I fucked up and I did all the rolls in general. That was my bad.
You're fine. It was 2. I'm sorry.
2. Okay. Yeah, here it is.
I'm also not terrifyingly motivated right now. So.
1 success.
Whatever he said, it wasn't. His intention wasn't sly, sloppy flirtation. Whatever he said to her was a true, deep compliment. Charming and eloquent. And he lets go of her hand and looks back at Fiona.
Nice. Yeah, she gives him a very broad smile.
Yep. Now, the funny thing is, Fiona also has striking looks, but it manifests in an entirely different way.
I mean, Devin's asexual. He can only love you so much.
Truth. I mean, all I'm saying is, whereas Rose looks regal and noble, Fiona just kind of looks rebellious and alternative as fuck.
So Devin will smile at her. How do you like being a summer courtier so far?
I like it. I don't know what that weird smell is, though.
It's you.
Oh.
He'll thrust his arm under her nose like, we're friends now. Smell me.
She gonna sniff.
He smells like wood smoke and iron.
Ooh, get it.
I know, right? A little bit of candle wax mixed in there, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Alexei, 'cause I thought you'd like to meet Alexei because he. I really don't know how to word this in a way that doesn't sound. He'll kind of look at Alexei like he's trying to understand how to say this, but he doesn't know how. And Alexei just smiles at him. And he'll look back at Fiona and he'll say, I kidnap children. That's like the only thing he's got.
What?
I kidnap children.
She just looks at Devin.
He's like, he really, really needs to elaborate. He's like, can you elaborate and not let that hanging pregnant in the air? And he's like, this kind of points? And I'll look back at Fiona like... He says, you know sometimes how you have situations where children slip through the cracks. You know they're being abused, but for some reason state does not intervene.
Yeah.
They kidnap children. I'll nod.
Oh. I got really worried. That wasn't gonna be fun.
I take them, give them home, find them nice homes, and love them forever. I'll nod. Some I keep for myself. I have my own children, but I'll smile.
You're doing good things, man.
You're so tired. What did you get on your tag? Well, look.
Oh, I don't know. Someone put that on me. And who's Sophia? I can't pronounce the last name. Jameson. That's the last name.
Devin will smile at her and he'll say, that's for you to find out, actually. Although I do remember her. He'll hold out his and he'll show that his says Thomas Waite. And he'll smile. All of us, when we receive our tags as members of the summer court, the second tag, he'll kind of lift up the second one, is the member of the court who fell before us. We wear them so that our court can carry on and our legacies are remembered. One day, if you fall, then you will go onto someone's tags and you'll be carried forward. I'll smile.
Yeah, Fiona does straighten up at that one. And
so Sophia is someone who served the court who fell in service to the court. And her tags are now yours. Make her proud.
understood.
We were talking about going to McGinley's. I had a really hard day. Just Devin looks like he's tired. Oh, God. He's like, I'm off, puffa, and I need a drink. Cook a lot of drinks, maybe all of them. And then go home and sleep. I had a triple homicide.
Oh no, that's not
He's
good.
a cop.
Fiona says, "Oh no, that's not good," and she's very genuine about that. She's just fucking tired.
Alexia will smile at Rose. Do you want to go?
Sorry, you lagged.
Alexia will look at Rose. and smile gently, and I'll say, "Do you want to go?"
She smiles back, gives a little bit of a nod. Why not?
Oh, I'm not even taking you to the kind of place you don't want to be cut dead in. This is just your average seedy tavern. Like,
It's alright. I don't have to always be proper, do I?
he'll
You
smile.
literally said that last week, Rose.
She shoots a look at Fiona like, you shut the fuck up right now. There's a piercing glare in Fiona's direction.
Fiona looks back and says, "Pull up." She smiles.
Fight me IRL outside. Fight me out. How about it?
Right? Oh my god. No.
We are going to do the Batman fast forward. Pop your asses in McGinley's. There you go. Devin drinks everything in 2 seconds and then stops to breathe, looking at your characters like, oh my god.
Fiona's just laying on the table.
Alexia will kind of like gently boop her nose. Do you need me to go find Spring Courtier for you to pep you up again?
I'm not in the mood for sex right now, but thank you.
Blink, 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 and then shakes his head and looks back at Rose like, well, fuck. Well, fuck. The only thing he thinks to know to say at this moment, although it doesn't connect his brain for a moment, is, and how about you? Dad in the face, and the only thing he thought to say in that moment to carry on the conversation was, and how about you? Then his brain connects, that commits, and just keeps looking at her.
Rose gives a bit of a sly grin. Well, you're forward now, aren't you?
Just like a nod. Like, just, why not? And then he shakes his head like, no.
No.
No. It was first thing that came to mind.
Well, I mean, who can blame you? I am beautiful, aren't I?
He'll smile at her again, and in another language that is not Russian, say something to her. Again, charming and not sloppy flirtation, but genuinely.
I am going to have to learn other languages or figure out some way to understand other languages.
How about this? I'll translate one of the two things I said. You pick. Either the thing I just said, or the thing I said when we just met. But only one.
She thinks on that for a moment. How about what you just said?
The word beauty does not capture what I see before me. The word would have to be redefined to fit what you are. I'll smile.
She smiles very broadly and kind of, puts her hand to her chest.
Hey, spit that game. I just learned that in Urban Dictionary. It is a very good dictionary.
Devin decides he likes the table better because now he's mildly buzzed and curls up next to Fiona.
Beautiful.
He'll just blink, look over at them, look back at her, like, well then, okay. She's safe. I have never seen him go after a woman or a man or anyone. He'll just shake his head. No.
Rose kind of cocks her head at like, okay, but he could tell that when he said what he said, she did get a slight blush in her cheeks. Like, you know, she was very, very flattered by what he said.
So, tell me, how long have you been back?
About 2 years. And apparently I was only gone about that long, too. But I aged much faster than that.
Oh?
I was... hang on a second. I gotta look at her backstory. 12 when I was taken.
Help.
And
Help.
Go ahead, he'll what?
Oh no, his brow actually furrows. And he kind of bites his lip like in concern.
And now I'm, well, my late 20s.
She can see that the wife's feeling is that tugged at that part of him.
I went back to my house to see someone else who looked like I would look at the age of 14, living my life.
My whole family was taken.
Her eyes go a little wide.
Me, my papa, my siblings, all of us. Like, I had children at the time, they were taken too.
That is by the same people or different?
By the Gentry. My mama, they destroyed her. They rent her soul to pieces. I don't believe she will be coming back. My papa spent many years looking for us. To bring us back together. Eventually he did. But we are cursed. In no way concerning for others. He'll like look at her and shake his head.
I am very sorry to hear that.
Well, it's simple. We do not age. My papa is cursed with immortality. He has become a phoenix. He cannot die. For the audience, it may seem strange as to how that could be considered a curse, but seeing that A, immortality does not actually seem that great if you think about it, and B, his wife was basically destroyed, which means that they'll never be together again.
And C, if you read the Immortals book, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. They definitely consider it a curse. It is not a positive thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of not okay.
But so yes, he'll smile at Rose.
Well, that had to have been awful. I'm very sorry.
It was, yeah, he'll nod. He can't deny it. It looks like one of those things where obviously he's over it, as most lost are, but it was definitely a trying time.
Rose, he'll notice her demeanor has shifted to something that's more genuine.
I was able to, by very careful deals, make it to where my children could age normally, but they are still lost. But me, my siblings, my papa, we do not age. I am forever. I think I was 25 when we were taken. He'll nod. We were brought to a realm of Arcadia where we were shifted through time many times. Kind of like the show Doctor Who, with the angels, the cover of the face.
She nods.
It was like that. We jumped through time. Every time one of us would find each other, the minute we saw each other, we would shift again to another time, then shift again to another time. My oldest brother was the only one who was spared from it, from this curse. His name is Sasha. But he did not. He'll shake his head. He wasn't taken to Arcadia, but the Fae reshaped him. They broke him, and he looks very sad for a moment and kind of looks down, furrows his brow, and looks back up. He is not. It's like they poisoned his soul, and it slowly changed him away from us, you know? But he'll smile. But enough about me, tell me about yourself.
Sorry, what was that last thing you said?
Tell me about yourself.
Ah. Since I've been back,
He'll smile.
well, since it had only been 2 years out here, I needed a new identity. I managed to snag some connections. I have a way with people.
He smiles.
And was able to fashion myself a new name. My name has not always been Rose. And I got a job at a homeless shelter. And they liked my drive and ambition, so I moved up quickly, and now I run the place.
Why a homeless shelter?
Because I have this need to help people.
Oh, well, terrible need, he'll say, like, ironically.
I'm I like to help people, but I also don't give them a lot of slack.
I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that.
and I'm definitely not one you want to cross. She says that with a little bit of a wink, but he can tell that she's serious.
He has a thought. Thoughts happen. He smiles. I would definitely agree with that. You do not seem like someone who needs to be crossed. But I think someone would underestimate the why.
She smiles. Gives a little bit of a look like, see, he gets it.
I'll smile. He'll look over at Cake. No, I'm kidding. At Fiona and Fiona and oh my god, what's his name? Devin. Thank you. Check how they're doing. See if they're dead yet.
Not dead, but Fiona's probably on some kind of ramble. I didn't want to divide your attention as an STOC, but Fiona's probably been talking the whole time about, like, so when are they going to fuck? I feel like that's going to happen. Let me tell you how this is probably going to happen. Alexi's going to be like, yeah, let's fuck. And then Rose is going to be like, nah, not yet. Like, save that shit. Then it's going to be a whole thing. And they're going to bang after like a week. Because motherfuckers can't wait that long.
He'll kind of turn back to Rose, like,
oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Shit.
Rose looks at
Wink.
Fiona. She just kind of shakes her head.
just, I don't quite know how to express. I don't know quite how to express the look on this man's face right now.
Because he doesn't understand or because she called it?
He'll look back at Rose like, I'm not opposed to this. Not the way I saw it going, but okay.
That's how I saw it going. I'm pretty sure that's how Devin saw it going too. Wait, is he still conscious? Okay. Yeah.
I did not. That's not where my bet was, but it was close.
That's
Oh my God.
see, called it.
Pretty close. I'll nod.
Well, Rose is not outright denying anything. However, she will just kind of shake her head at Fiona.
His mouth is moving, but no words are coming out. He doesn't quite know what to say. It's like, I don't want to deny that because it could equal the booty not being had. Not that I was going for it, but now I want it.
Right? Now that it's been
That's
mentioned,
not
he's
where
like,
I was going, but now
like,
that you've
actually, that's not a bad idea.
Little does Fiona know that she provides the grease necessary to fulfill the prophecies that she speaks of.
he'll kind of turn and look at Rose and tilt his head. That's not my standard mode of operation. I tend to be a little more. There's so many words that I could put here.
Bruh, you pulled up and started talking Russian to her, talking about her, something about her beauty. I don't know. But you
That
pulled up.
wasn't what I said that time.
Look, man, you said something about her beauty at some point. I don't know.
That was the second thing I said.
The second thing, all right.
And it was in Japanese.
Oh. They look, back in the day, they told us a lot of really fucked up things about the Japanese. I was told that I shouldn't repeat those things.
Ooh, yeah, like. So
Rose
Devin
is now looking at
hand over
Fiona
her
like.
mouth.
Rose is looking at Fiona like, "Are you serious right now?"
Basically, Devin claps a hand over her mouth, like, I don't normally kiss women, but I'll kiss you if it'll shut you up. Stop! Let's not talk about them cagey Japs, okay? Let's not do this.
Oh no.
No.
Fiona, Rose is like, "What the fuck?" To
I
both
wasn't
of them
gonna
now.
say
Like,
that. I was told that that wasn't okay to say anymore.
No, it's not. It's not okay. There's no part of it that's okay. Not the first part, the second, or the third or fourth part. Let's shake his head like, oh my god, can't bring you anywhere. You're so entertaining. Really quickly, it's a wind wing that the fucking beast birdies are, right? So, he'll look back at her. Just with kind of this look of he's thinking the wheels are turning. Um, he'll kind of bite his lip. My place or yours? Alexi says.
well, she thinks for a moment. How about yours?
Are you serious? I know.
Well, I'm not opposed to spending more time with you.
He'll grin. It's one of those he has no expectations, but will definitely be more than happy to see where this goes.
She smiles.
You would like to maybe go get a cup of coffee.
I know what that fucking means.
No, kind of like he licks like and his probably about to walk away. He'll just kind of like it's one of those things where like he doesn't want to objectify her, but he doesn't want her to feel like disregarded. You follow me?
Yeah.
That was definitely a whole lot that Fiona threw out that minorly did not match what he was thinking, but it's not a bad thing for his mind to be at right now.
Fair.
Rose will accept his offer.
What kind of do you wish to go now or in a little bit?
In a little bit, we can stay here and chat with Fiona for a little bit. She gives Fiona a little look, like.
Devin rolls over and kind of like, what you're thinking about pose. Like he kind of tucks his hands and he's like, what, you don't want to talk to
And Devin, of course.
Fiona's gonna pull out her phone and she actually has like a decent kind of smartphone now. It's still like a horrifically obsolete one. But she's gonna be like, it's told how to do this. Let me see if I can do it right. Liam added this because wanted to do stuff to mess with the Sage Escorts. Here it goes. And then she's gonna play George Michael Careless Whisper. Like that saxophone. music in the beginning, yeah, that's playing.
Oh my god. Wow.
I'm giving Heather a second to get her overlay up, by the way.
Okay.
Alexi will, by the way, move closer to Rose in a sweet way.
She'll notice that, and she'll actually scoot a little closer as well.
You're muted, by the way, Heather, if you're trying to play.
And now I know what death sounds like. What the fuck?
No idea, but it's adorable.
This is legitimately scary. This is frightening.
Are you laughing too hard to play? Hold
You
on.
can do some with your mic. Woo!
He's laughing too hard.
Woo! Woo!
She gets shy, she laughs. Okay. Her mic is giving her problems, is what it is. She had this problem last time. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but I don't know if that many people watch the scenes for it to matter. So Devin will look over at Fiona. Are you happy?
Yes.
That's good.
Did I fix it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're no longer a weeping ghost that haunts my nightmares.
That is what you sounded like. It was priceless.
Okay. Okay, I'm good now.
So Silas comes in?
Yeah.
Okay, so the door will open again, ladies, and you notice that a tall, thin man comes in. You can take over from there, Heather.
One second. Hold on. Kid came out of his room.
It's cool. Just mute it. There you go. You will notice, Rose will notice that when that man comes in, Alexi's been kind of paying attention to her and like just talking to her like lightly, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he'll actually stop and like kind of sit up a little straighter, not in a bad way, just in a he recognizes that person way. And he'll look over to him. Waiting to see if he just came in with purpose or if he came in like to have a drink or something. He'll kind of like bite the corner of his mouth, like chew the corner of his lip. He'll lean over and mention to her, that's my stepfather.
Okay. Silas will walk over to Alexei and pat his head as he does.
He'll like he'll kind of like wrinkle his nose and like shake his head, but at the same time it's playful, and he'll look up at him. What did I do? Did I make a mistake? What's wrong? I'm grounded. Papa mad at me. By the way, yes, the scene for Silas. Alexia is sitting next to a very beautiful woman who is clearly of the Autumn Court.
Okay.
And on the table is laying a woman with, it's the young woman in Tim's picture, laying next to and friend cuddling Devon, who Silas knows, the Constable of Calfaction.
Mhm.
They both look to be either drunk and or exhausted. So yeah, they're just kind of, there's good music going in McGinley's. It's that Irish stuff, the Floggy Molly type, and he'll just kind of and say what he said, and he's like, I'm still sober. I don't know why he sends you to me. What happened?
Oh, he just has a message for you.
If you kiss me on the cheek, I swear to God.
He says it has to be the cheek.
Oh, he'll hold his hand out like, why do you do this to me? Oh.
I can't breathe. Hold on.
Has to be the cheek. What the fuck?
Oh, Lord.
Petrova. Yeah, he just holds his hand up like, why? Silas, can you answer a question for me?
Yeah.
Why did Papa have to marry the help? He pouts. Like his lip goes out. Like,
The look on his face is a mix of shock and I don't know if I should hit you.
give me a message. Give it to me. What is it? Those big eyes blink at him.
2 seconds.
You can tell it to him. Here it is. There, that's the message.
Oh. He says that the money that you needed has been put into your account with an extra $5 million.
He blinks like, fuck. I didn't need that much.
Silas will just smile and pat his cheek and say, "We take care of our kids."
He like, bites Silas's hand. Not
Rose,
hard, like
Rose gives a very curious look.
he'll look back at Rose. He used to be my papa's right-hand man, and then the man married him.
It's because I give good blowjobs.
His jaw drops.
Wait, what was that about sucking dick? I just woke up back to that. Why?
Okay. So apparently, as I understand it, I fucking wish this wasn't true.
Huh?
Tell me if I'm telling you wrong, Silas, okay? He'll look at Rose like, do you want to hear this?
She gives him a look like, proceed.
Yeah, he fully and 100% going into this understands that this might cost him his evening, but fuck.
That's a great story.
The on fire wagon is already being driven into the burning barn. Let's go for it. He'll look at Rose and he'll rub his face and he's like, Silas was my father's right hand man. I say he was because he's no longer. They are now married. They've been married for a few years now. I don't know how you survived. Apparently, the way that they came about into the relationship is my father looked at him one day after a job and asked him for a blowjob.
His exact words were, "Give me a blowjob."
He just looks almost defeated at Rose, like,
Well, hey, look. Alexa, my man, look. We've been through a lot of things together. So I feel like I can tell you this.
please.
Sometimes you gotta suck a dick. Sometimes you gotta suck a dick to get laid. All right.
So I don't have anything against those of the LGBT persuasion, but I am myself straight. So
That's fair.
if I have to suck a dick to get laid, this is gonna be a problem.
Hey, look. Sometimes
Rose is
it
good.
has to happen.
I don't have a dick. I assure you that.
If you
I was measuring that shit before we went into the goddamn Freedom Tower. Okay.
Oh god, Devin like grabs her cheeks, like Fiona's cheeks, and he's like, "That is what you were doing. I was wondering."
Yeah.
He is so drunk. He is
It's like Rose just looks
glorious.
at Fiona like and says, "What exactly were you doing?"
Measuring your penis because you were
Measuring your
whipping it
cock.
out.
Your penis because you were ready to whip it.
You were whipping it out already.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
She gives a chuckle like, "All right."
Alexi just shakes his head. Let's not talk about why my father threw him into a pool. He'll just shake his head.
Silas loses it. That's one of my favorite memories.
He just shakes his head like he doesn't understand this. Like, he just looks back at Silas with these eyes that are like, I love you so much. I respect you as my stepfather. My God, why? Why was this the life choice? No, he'll bullshit aside.
Scenario was my fault for not telling him I was Jewish before we got married.
No, but you know what? That was the stupidest thing I ever. He'll just start and he'll stop. He'll just stop and shake his head and look away. Oh my God. Oh my. He just shakes his head and looks back at Rose like, fuck. Like there's so much story here, but he doesn't want to be that jerk.
Oh my God.
Please, I would like to know more about this as she gestures to both of them.
Oh God. Okay, but I have to content warn this, okay?
Silas is more than willing to explain this situation
I need
with
to.
the pool.
No. He's like, no. I'm explaining this. Oh hell no, you're not explaining this. He's like, oh, fuck no, sit down and shut up. I'm explaining this.
Silas does sit down mostly because his legs are giving out because he's laughing too hard.
I need to disclaimer. I actually out of game need to disclaimer that this story is a little bit sensitive. Okay.
Oh shit!
Dude, this story is hilarious. Though.
Out of game the sensitivity in which we are about to descend to. Are you players okay?
We're gonna have to black dog this scene, aren't we?
Possibly. I
God,
need to.
I'm good. You know what? I'm good with whatever. It doesn't
I need
matter.
to content warn racism here.
Oh no!
He just
Oh,
shook his head.
okay.
Probably bigotry. It's probably bigotry. He shakes his head and he goes,
Also, keep in
my yeah, keep in mind there is a character in the scene of the people. So he shakes his head and he stops.
And the player is of the people.
He stops and he goes, my father is Russian. Very, very, very Russian. He'll look at Rose like, please tell me. Please tell me you are aware of the fact that some Russians can be very ignorant when it comes to Jewish people.
I should never repeat any of the things that I heard about the Russians before I left, ever.
Yes, but he looks at Rose like, please tell me you've heard this before. So, my father for a very, very long time was very afraid of Jewish people. On like a systemic raised on it with like the Russian fear. And Silas is Jewish. My father was very well known for being very, not anti-Semitic, but sincerely afraid. Because of things he had been told, the whole horns thing, the glowing eyes, you know, all of that. It's very sad. It's not something funny, but, you know, my father had been raised to believe a lot of the very, very negative stereotypes about Jews. Something he never really had gotten over. But then he married Silas. And Silas told him he was Jewish after they got married. And I believe that the result of it was that he threw you into a pool, wasn't it, Silas?
He wanted to see if I would sink because my belly was full of gold.
Are you? Fuck. He just looks away like, what the fuck?
Rose is actually kind of laughing at this. Like,
But
It definitely surprised him when I floated.
it took my father about 3 weeks to touch you after that.
3.5. But then he made me a yarmulke out of his hair.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. My father is the type of man who will not let his hair be touched. It's long, it goes to his ankles, and the man is 7'4", and he does not like his hair being touched or cut or anything. And someone said something to him, I don't remember, it was one of my cousins. And my niece, actually, I think. And he cut a bit of his hair out, a little piece of it, and wove a yarmulke for Silas out of it. It wasn't funny at the time, actually. I thought he was going to snap. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what we are talking about. But he'll kind of squeeze Silas's shoulder, and he's like, but he's been good to my father. He's made him happy.
I do my best.
He smiles. Don't leave anything out near him. He'll take it. But he'll like think about what he said for a moment, not because he's Jewish.
1 second.
He'll look at Rose, by the way, and he's like, for the record, I don't have those prejudices. He'll just like shake it like, what the fuck, Dad?
I'm just happy that I don't get the treatment that the Italians get.
He shakes his head and shudders. Oh no.
But they're tasty.
He just head desks at that point. Like, literally head slam table. Fuck. He's just Silas.
What? They are. And they're less fattening than the Greeks.
He just bangs his forehead against the table. Like Devin plugs his fingers in his ears like, la la la, homicide detective doesn't need to hear this. Stop it now. Oh, he just shakes his head.
And on that note,
He'll just look at him like he doesn't even know what to do with him. I admire you so much. He'll look at Rose. Rose, my stepfather. Silas, Miss Rose Black.
She holds out her hand.
he will take her hand and kiss the back of it.
A pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine.
And this is Fiona Stormborn. And this is, you know, the Constable of Cuff Action. And he'll look over at him like, no, not right now. Not right now.
Yeah, that's my name. Thank you. I forgot my name.
Devin just tucks his head on Fiona's shoulder and decides that sleep is the best thing right now. She had to stand still for 5 hours. Pointing at Fiona.
Why?
To become member of Summer Court.
And I know you just met me, but I move a lot.
She moves a lot.
Rose smiles at that and nods. She did very well. Because that is the longest I have ever seen her not move. Ever.
I was very impressed. Is it true? We look at Silas.
Bill tilts his head, listening.
That Papa hired on. He's like thinking for the right word. He can't think of it. He has very blue eyes. Remember the Spring Court? Donati is like.
Oh, yes.
Your Papa hired him on, right?
Yes.
That one has ambitions. He'll gently his thumb will stroke Rose's bicep to get her attention. If by chance you are muted. But what he will say to her is, he'll basically tell Rose that she should keep an eye on him. His name is Xavier Lionside. And he seems a very ambitious person. Not bad ambitious, just like the kind of person she'd probably want to keep her eye on.
Thank you for the heads up.
Well.
I will.
He'll lean in and he'll whisper something into her ear. I'll type to you what it is.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me rest my voice for a second, by the way. Thank you. This is what he whispers in her ear. And messenger chat.
She just gets this really sly grin across her face when he says that to her.
I need to turn in soon. How about that cup of coffee?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Fiona, you going to be okay? Devin, by the way.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna sleep. And probably take him home. But not like that.
Oh, Mommy, I don't want the meatloaf men to chase me down the pasta fortress. But the spaghetti monster is trying to take my octopus newspaper.
Rose actually starts laughing at that.
That was too.
I'm gonna go ahead and take him. I'm going home. You guys have a good night. Also, don't forget to use protection.
Alexia will just shake his head.
As will Rose.
Alexia will look back at her and he's like, I'm quite impressed with her ambitions for me.
Silas stands. Well, on that note, you guys have a great night. And he will.
Why is everybody getting out of it for me? He'll just spread his arms out. he'll actually, no, fuck this. He actually scoops Rose up. Like, oh, and by the way, he is way stronger than he looks.
Whoa. Okay. She's definitely taken aback by that.
He'll scoop her up in his arms and kind of heft her playfully. And he's like, we are going to church. And he'll walk out with her.
Silas will yell after them, your bed is not considered church.
But it's holy!
Don't tell the pastor what you did. That's not good.
Rose starts singing Take Me to Church.
Oh, no.
He'll lean back and he'll look at Silas in the face and he's like, with the amount that God is going to be brought up tonight, oh God, oh God, oh God, I am positive my bedroom is going to be consecrated! And he'll just walk. And with that, I think we can end our scene.
Oh my God.
So, thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. Bye-bye.